Extreme Rules, kind of quick thoughts here. The IC title match was good. It felt like we have seen this match before all so much. But Miz does well with that belt. He does, I think he definitely does elevate that title. And from what you've seen from Ambrose recently, it kind of feels at least that Ambrose has been putting a little bit more extra work recently in his couple of matches. Maybe Miz, maybe Ambrose, when he was hearing those Miz promos, he finally thought to himself, shit, maybe this is truth. Maybe this is how WWE really feels about me. Let me go the extra step. Still, albeit he did lose, but maybe this will put a little fire under Ambrose's belly, because to me he does seem a little bit stale. Would love to see a feud with Jericho for his 8th Intercontinental title down the road between the Miz. Mixed tag match was there. Swan got a win in his hometown. Actually got a good reaction. Sasha Banks was paired in that match. I don't know about Sasha Banks, man. A lot of people think that it's demotion, her working in that program, that she maybe pissed someone off in the backstage. I think it's maybe more along the lines of, maybe a combination of both. Maybe they feel that she's a little bit stale. Maybe she's missing something. Maybe being put in this program will wake her up a bit. There are tons of women wrestlers down the pike in NXT just waiting to come up. Asuka, one of them. That girl Peyton is down there as well. I mean, there are a ton of girls that are just waiting to be called up. So if they have a huge selection to pick from down there, and maybe this is what Sasha Banks needs, kind of refine herself again. I don't think it's really that much of a demotion. I think it's more along the lines of trying to bring some name recognition onto 205 Live. Is this the name recognition? Are you gonna watch 205 Live because Sasha Banks was in there in the program? Maybe not, but maybe you'll get some few eyeballs to watch and stare there at 205 Live. But interesting to see where Sasha Banks goes from here. The women's match. This is really, I guess, the only true extreme match on the card, at least the way it was billed, with a Kane on a pole match. Can't lie, this match was horrible. Horrible. Maybe one of the worst on the show. Can't blame Alexa Bliss. This is what she was given. And the time frame that was allotted, this is what she did. It was what was given. But Bayley, man, I don't know how they've booked Bayley. When Bayley was in NXT, she was the most over baby face, I think, women's wrestler there was. She had the potential when she was brought up here to be like the female version of John Cena, like the ultimate baby face. And the way they've booked her, at this point, I don't think you could even really do people at home really care? I mean, I understand like a first loss, second loss, third loss, but she is just being taken to school. Does anyone really care at this point? To me, it seems like they've almost booked her so horribly. I don't know if you would care. Tag match was it was good, but the finish was eh. Hopefully, we get those broken Hardys that everyone was dying to see. Here's a question for you. When there was a spot there in that match where Sheamus was trying to go over the top, climb out of the top cage. Jeff Hardy was already down there, and Matt Hardy is trying to stop Sheamus from going outside the cage. Here's a question: why didn't why didn't Matt Hardy just fall out with Sheamus there in that spot? He had that opportunity just to try to stop him. If he couldn't stop him, just fall with him. Wouldn't he have won with Matt Hardy already, with Jeff Hardy already being out in at the bottom there? Why didn't Matt just fall out with Sheamus? Something that didn't make sense. Cruiserweight match was okay, different, and I think the crowd really did not know what to expect. Usually, they are doing more high spots in these matches. Neville might never lose this belt at this point. What's next for Austin Aries? How many times can you lose? Is he going to be with the heavyweights now? Maybe this is time to move on. Maybe brought some eyes into the cruiserweights. Maybe made everyone take Neville more seriously. Maybe this was Aries' job to elevate Neville after what Neville went through earlier. The man with the cape, like Mickey Mouse, come on. Maybe this was Aries' jobs in this feud, but how many times can you lose? The main event was good. The end was fantastic, and you have Joe versus Brock, which, you know, I hope is an actual match and not just Brock absolutely killing and destroying him. You know, for an Extreme Rules pay-per-view, not a lot of extreme moments. I mean, the show was maybe decent at best. That main event really is what brings it towards, I think, at least decent. Just some of my Extreme Rules thoughts. Hope all is well. Look forward to speaking to you soon.